The destination for Kevin Durant has yet to be determined, but we do have news that the Boston Celtics, well, they have interest in the services of the future Hall of Famer. We can tell you that. Lots of question marks still, though. Not when we have Adrian Wojnarowski on, though. Hello, Woj, the one that broke this story. And Woj, it is official now that we can add the Celtics to the list of possible suitors for the services of Kevin Durant. So how far along are these talks with the Celtics, and what specifically is being discussed?
Yeah, Sage, this has been a conversation, I'm told, back and forth between Boston, for a significant part of almost a month now, since Kevin Durant asked for that trade in Brooklyn. Certainly, Boston, because they have Jaylen Brown on their roster, they do have 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2 pick swaps that they could potentially put in a deal with Brooklyn. And listen, Brooklyn's asking price is steep. And certainly teams all over the league have come to understand that so far as they've talked about potential deals. But Boston, listen, obviously they swept Brooklyn in the first round of the playoffs. They lost to Golden State in the finals. But the idea of possibly a Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum frontcourt in Boston, listen, it would certainly put them at the top of everyone's list of championship contenders. But again, how steep of a price would they be willing to pay for Kevin Durant? And Jaylen Brown's a player they value a great deal. 25 years old, an all-star, one of the best two-way players in the league. There's no deal imminent, and Boston hasn't necessarily moved ahead of anyone else like Miami, Phoenix, Toronto, teams that we know have shown varying degrees of interest in Kevin Durant. But listen, I think this is still going to play out over the offseason, perhaps even into training camp. But Boston has certainly registered its interest.
Durant will be 34 in September. He still has 4 years, $198 million left on that contract. Again, why Brooklyn wants so much. Woj, thank you. I know you're going to keep us up to date on this. But to your point about Jaylen Brown, that tandem with Jason Tatum, I mean, they got to the NBA Finals. These two together have been excellent, which is why this is an interesting response from Jaylen Brown, who just tweeted, SMH, shaking my head. What exactly he means by that, one can only guess.
Here we go again. Another team offers a package for KD, and the Nets turn it down. What more do they want for this guy? I'm hearing that it's Jaylen Brown, picks, potentially Derek White, and maybe even Marcus Smart, and we're still sitting here debating as to, is this enough for KD? KD is 34 years old. KD is injury prone. That's already a lot to give up. But the Brooklyn Nets, they want your stadium, they want your cheerleaders, they want the refs, they want everybody in this trade. If the Nets had it their way, it doesn't matter where KD goes, because no matter where he ends up, the team is going to be butchered, and he's not going to have any help around him. So KD's going to be unhappy, the team that traded for him will be unhappy, and then it will be this exact scenario all over again. So the Nets are going to sit here and wait until they get a package that they think is big enough for Kevin Durant. That package does not exist. Every team is offered a bunch of stuff, and it's never been good enough. So they're just going to wait until the season starts, and halfway through the season, they're going to settle for a deal that's probably less than what they would have gotten now. Either that, or the Nets are just going to have to keep him. But let me know in the comments, is trading Jaylen Brown and other assets a good trade for the Celtics? And what about from the Nets side? And that is all I have for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.